What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST, and live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at the Jaime Dee Show. Wow. Talk about Mondays. Talk about Mondays. I was literally just talking about how Mondays they're just Mondays. And as y'all heard and sort of kind of did not see, for some reason, the system that creates the live video stream on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook glitched. So, yeah, we have to pretty much start the whole show over. After I just sat here and did all that promotion on my social media platforms and had our special amazing guests repost them all. Sorry, friend. I'm so sorry. But hey, this is a real live morning radio show, and the show must go on. And that's exactly why I say often, this isn't a podcast. It's not any shade to anybody who's a podcaster. There's not any shade to those who have podcasts. I love podcasts. Technically, my show is a podcast once it's on the platforms that they're on, like YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and all those other great things. However, the thing is, with it being a live morning radio show, I don't get to edit this stuff. I don't get to break this stuff down or fix it or be like, hey, JK, let's restart over. And, nobody gets to see the mess ups. With a real live morning radio show, you guys see everything that happens, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Well, that kind of just ruined my first segment. I know you guys always look forward to what did Jaime Dee do on the weekend. But okay, I'll make it quick because I don't want to make our special amazing guest wait. But for those who follow me on social media, I got to meet Bia this weekend. Bia, she's so beautiful, such a great talent. I also got to meet Kaylani. That was fun. Kaylani is such a sweetheart, so beautiful. She's so nice. I got to do a special walk-in and appearance at a beach club this past weekend. I had this weekend was actually a huge blast. I had a really good weekend. I actually wanted to bring on Mark because Mark left me for dead here in KSHP and just decided to, I don't know if you want to tell your business like that.
I don't care.
Decided to go to Costa Rica.
Yeah, of course I did. Got my feet in the sand, and what? Now what? Had my feet in the sand.
Decided to just
drink chili waters.
Chili water.
That was one of the drinks they gave me.
Is it liquor?
Yeah, it's like a. It's kind of like a
liquor.
It's kind of like it's like a Bloody Mary, but it has it don't have the same mixture, but it got a spicy rum, and then it has a mild damp of some chili pepper. It's called chili water.
When I tell you I am flabbergasted at the fact that Mark was drinking.
Oh,
and
man.
then drinking without me. Mark, I've offered to go drink with you several times. I thought you don't drink.
Well, I was on vacation, and so I kind of put my feet in the sand and had a few drinks.
Mark left us.
I deserved it. No, I
deserve it.
Everything was set up, and I heard it. I listened to all the shows. Everything ran smooth.
I did appreciate you for actually commenting on my show.
I'm always listening, even though I'm not here. I know what's going on.
Mark, you really are one of my favorite. I hope you know that.
But I appreciate you saying that because I feel the same way.
Thank you.
But I left everything in order.
It was great. It was great.
Which usually don't happen when somebody leaves. That's kind of. They're kind of the head on the snake, but I had everything lined up. Everybody's show went smooth, and that is of the people that work here.
Right.
Justin, Michelle, my daughter was here.
Tatum did a good job.
Everything ran smooth, which, when you have an operation, it you never know how it's going to run, but I needed a vacation.
You deserved it.
I needed it.
I'm still jealous, but you deserved it.
I needed it. Yeah.
Mark,
I want you to be jealous, but I want you to be jealous because I truly take 2 vacations a year.
Okay, that's a lie. Do you count the small ones?
I don't count like Saturday, Sunday because I'm off. So weekend vacations but 5-6 day vacations is what really, like when you had your birthday. I was like jealous. I was like, man,
you were invited.
7-day birthday. I was like, man, my birthday come and go, and it's like over. But no, You know, and the funny thing
I
is,
wasn't
Jamie,
invited to Costa
let me
Rica.
tell you this, because we
Just
have
saying.
this lovely guest. She's kind of
Mhm.
just jumped in. Um, you know, I didn't take one vacation first 10 years I was working here.
You did it?
Nope. I was off Saturday, Sunday, so anytime I wanted to do something, I would do it during those off days.
But that's not enough time.
But I never did anything over 3 days until 3 years ago. Once
Wow.
before, right after COVID, I was like, I gotta enjoy my life and vacation more, because I never did it the first 10 years. I just never always thought if I left, what was gonna happen
Right.
to everybody and everything else. I was so worried about that, but now I finally realized that I have put everything in place to where it will run accordingly, even if I'm not here. And that's what I did. I watched from afar. I watched you guys I watched every show from Costa Rica as I was sipping on the beach drinking chili water, and you guys were you're doing your thing. You guys were doing your thing so well, man. I was like, should I extend this another week?
Wow.
And I said, no, let me get back so I can
Let me
refresh,
tell
because
you.
I got another vacation coming up at the end of the year. So
Let me say this, Mark. You deserve it. You have a very well-oiled machine. I'm proud of you for being able to step away.
Yeah.
And nothing burned down.
Nothing.
But I will say this again. You left us for dead because I was sad and I was jealous. And you know
Yeah.
I'm sensitive, Mark.
Yeah, no. Look, let me tell you something. I knew exactly Monday through Friday. I just really wanted to watch from afar, man. All your shows was great. Everybody's show went off accordingly, thanks to Justin being here.
Yes,
I mean,
good job.
everybody. You got to have a team when you're running, right? You got to have a good team when you're running. So you guys did a great job, man.
Well, I appreciate that, Mark. Again, today was a bunch of technical difficulties. I
happens.
really wish we could have had the camera on Mark's face so y'all could see how he was just being mean to me in the background. He wanted to be jealous, but Mark, you deserve it.
No.
And I'm gonna give you your flowers and clap it up for you.
It looks great. Yeah,
you've done a lot for us here at the station.
Yeah.
And even regardless of the different difficulties that we have here, you still make sure to keep it well put together.
Yeah, keep it running.
You serve a great face. And one thing I will say is that I think that, and without getting too much, because we do have to bring in the guest.
Yeah,
it's really hard for people in general, but specifically people of color, to feel like they can take a step away.
Right, of course.
Especially when they feel like they always have to show up,
and
show out every day.
And
if you take a step back, then that can be your job.
Yeah.
And so I get it.
Yeah, no. I don't feel like that at all, because like I said, man, I put everything in place. It just didn't happen accidentally. Mm-hmm. It's all a part of the plan that I established 4 or 5 years ago to make sure everybody had a role, right? Mm-hmm. And even though I'm not here, my role was still covered when I wasn't here, but everybody knew their job, right? Even if I wasn't here, you knew you had to go on the air. You knew you had to do your show. You knew you had to be on your live remote. And every other show did the same thing. And every person that was here, they knew their role. They knew they didn't have to do Mark's role, because I was doing it from away. And I just took a couple of days off air. Right. But everything else ran because everybody knew their role. And that's one thing I always want to do, is make sure, okay, if Michelle know her role, Justin know his role, I know my role, you know your role. If we all know our role and what we supposed to do, there's no argument, right? Well, listen, right? Even there's no, but when you're establishing something that's, like, people rely and people depend on me as much as they do, I also depend on everybody else to do their job. And I think I've put a good team together, and the heart continues to beat even when the person is not here. The heart continues to beat.
You can't be gone for too long, though. We love you.
Yeah, no.
Mark, we have to get Andrew live on air. So let's take a quick break.
Yeah, let's do it.
Take a quick break so we can restart, refresh, get everything together. I want you guys to stick around because Angel Martinez. I'm gonna say the name one more time. Angel Martinez. Established and nationally recognized skincare expert, podcast host, and entrepreneur, is going to join me live to discuss her unfiltered podcast, It Hurts to Be Pretty, her business, Angel Aesthetics, the Mile High Makeover, the Single Mom Strong Foundation she created, and more. So don't go anywhere. When I tell you Angel Martinez, she is a beauty, y'all. Stick around. This is Jaime Dee Show. I'll be right back.
Here. Join me Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. Hi, Doug Basham here. Join me Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon right here on KSHP AM 1400, 107.1 FM, and on major social media sites. As always, I'll tell you what your conservative, corporate-controlled, right-wing propaganda hate media isn't. You're welcome. That's Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 12 noon right here on KSHP. Beat it!
Join us for a once-in-a-lifetime experience to see the Hoover Dam up close and personal on a guided tour of Lake Mead. Sit back and enjoy the cool breezes aboard the Desert Princess paddle wheel boat while taking in the sights of the greatest man-made engineering wonder of the modern world and National Historic Landmark. To reserve a spot on the Hoover Dam Sightseeing Tour or the Sunset Dinner Cruise, visit LakeMeadCruises.com.
I'm Nathan Atkins, and I know the Drip Bar LV is the place to be for natural health and wellness. We offer wellness-boosting IV vitamin therapies designed to enhance your immune system, promote healthy aging, increase your energy levels, and improve athletic performance and recovery. Book your session today by visiting our website at thedripbar.com. That's thedripbar.com, or give us a call at 702-846-0851. That number again is 702-846-0851. Mention you're a listener of the Jaime Dee Show and receive 15% off.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST, and live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at the Jaime Dee Show, a real live morning radio show. For those who are just now tuning in, we had a few technical difficulties on this Monday. We got back live on air, and we got to shed some light on Mark and his Costa Rica trip and how I was hanging out with Pia, Kaylani, and all of them this weekend. It was a good time. I met some cool people this weekend. And we also talk about if you work too hard, you should also play hard as well. You know, take some time for yourself. Relax. Go on that trip. Use that PTO because it does disappear. And I'm going to tell you this, the big bosses take their trips, so make sure you take yours too. All right, but now we're here on the best part of the day. Y'all don't understand how super excited I am for this interview because I've been waiting all week. I've been waiting all week for the amazing Angel Martinez. Let me tell you, before I get straight into it, because let me tell you something. Y'all know I love bringing on real people, not just celebrities, but real people, whether they're influencers, whether they have an impact in their own community, whether they're somebody in their space, but not somebody in a huge space, whether they are doing the thing or not doing the thing and just need a little bit of light. I love bringing real people on the Jaime Dee Show. And let me tell you about this. Not only is Angel Martinez a real person, but she is doing the darn thing in her space. This woman, yes, I'm saying woman because she is a strong woman, has been on Daily Blast Live and the Kelly Clarkson Show. And now she's here on the Jaime Dee Show. Y'all, without further ado, let's welcome in Angel Martinez, established and nationally recognized skincare expert, podcast host, and entrepreneur, live on air right now. Angel, welcome in. How are you, friend?
I heard you say you have some technical difficulties, and I'm like, that does a podcast knows, like, not today, Satan, not today.
Yes, you get it. And the crazy thing is, like, with it being a live morning radio show and a live stream on social media, it's not a podcast until it's after the stream is over, and so everything happens live. And you know, because you have a podcast yourself, you've been on other radio shows and other morning TV shows, and you know when it messes up, you got to keep rolling with the punches.
You got to keep going.
You got to keep going. It's crazy because even though we have a huge following here in Las Vegas, again, one of the leading live morning radio shows here with one of the leading radio stations here in Vegas, we still have a huge following on social media. So it's like, if that messes up, oh crap, how do we keep it all together? You know, it's a lot, friend. You know, it's a lot. And it's a great segment going into what you got going on because, Angel, you do a lot. You do a lot.
I do. And I'm at my office right now and I'm like, you introducing me, I'm like, God damn, I do a lot of shit. Sorry,
Yes.
I'm supposed to not cuss, I won't cuss.
No, it's again, as long as you don't say any really bad curse words, you're good. But okay, so Angel, you're a real person, and I love that about you. Not only are you a huge influencer in your field, a huge influencer on social media, you are literally changing people's lives with a skincare regimen a day,
Yes.
with a facial a day, with a procedure that you're doing a lot. And I want to make sure you have the time to shine a positive light on yourself. Tell everybody who Angel Martinez is.
Yes, I'm located in Denver, Colorado, and I have a business called Angel Aesthetics that I've owned for about 8 years, but I've been doing skin for 17 years. So I did come up with the trademark patent pending Mile High Makeover, which has, because of TikTok and my followers on TikTok, become not just in national, but worldwide. And I know that sounds crazy. I don't want to be like, I'm Mrs. Worldwide, but I've actually had people fly in from Egypt and Europe and from my TikTok. So,
Beautiful.
I'm also a single mom of 3 grown children, 25,
Period.
22, and 23. And back then, I didn't have cable. So, we had kids.
Yeah. Yes.
But I raised my kids on my own. And, hence why the Single Mom Strong was birthed, because I'm a big believer in just helping out women like myself who was struggling, trying to make ends meet. And so, again, I have the Single Mom Strong Foundation as well.
That's beautiful. Well, first of all, Angel, let me go ahead and ring that bell for you, because first of all, you said your oldest is 25. Girl, you know you about 29, 30. You're not that old. How your child already 25? When you have your
We just traveled to New York together, and he was like, Mom, don't wear that. Like, you don't know how annoying it is to be next to you, because people think we're on a date. So,
friend, you look very youthful. That's awesome.
Thank you, Botox, and thank you, sunscreen.
Yes. Well, actually, wait, let's talk about that before we get into the segment. You are a single mom of 3.
Yes.
You know the struggle of raising kids by yourself. You know the struggle of having a business by yourself. And you know the struggle of literally creating a balance through all of that. One thing we've talked about as a social topic here on the Jaime Dee Show, we cover entertainment, pop culture, social issues, and more, is moms can be sexy too.
Period. You know what?
Moms. Go ahead.
No, I want to emphasize on that, because actually Saturday is my birthday. I'll be 45.
Oh, period. Where we going? I'm coming to Denver.
Yes, let's party. We're having a party at my office, actually.
That's fun.
So I feel like now at 45, I feel sexier, healthier. And for me, I posted a little picture the other week with, showing my muscles on my legs or whatever. But I'm like, you know what? I got some lashback. Like, that's not very professional. Or, I'm like, I do skincare for a living, and I'm confident in who I am and the way I look, and I'm single, so I'm gonna throw out a little thirst trap every now and again.
Yes, Angel, period. You understand it, because one thing that people don't get is that business or not, we're still people.
Thank you.
We are still people. We can still flirt. We can still mix and mingle. We have our time to mess up, post the wrong thing on social media, and then wake up tomorrow and delete it.
Yes, honestly, I've had a few of those. But
listen, you get it.
There's times where I will post on my story, and this, it's constant, right? It's every day. You wake up the next morning, you're like, okay, well, I didn't know my eyes looked like that last night.
Yes. You're like, I didn't know I had that many cocktails.
One eyes like this.
Right. Yes, I love that. Well, happy early birthday. I mean, if you do want to bring the Jaime Dee Show, we can turn it out for you.
Oh, you better come out. Don't
Yes, I've never been to Denver, so listen, that don't threaten me with a good time. All right. So, single mom of 3, you're out here doing the darn thing. Your business is flourishing. You've been in the skincare industry for over 17 years, correct?
Yes.
How did you get your start?
So when I was younger, we used to ride the school bus, and they used to drop us off in front of my aunt's work, and it was a dermatology office. She's a nurse for a dermatologist. And when we were younger, we'd run to the back and go look at all the little penises with warts, and then the skin tags of old ladies with hairs growing out of them. And I was just so intrigued with skin that I didn't know that was a seed planted for later on. So I would have to say that kind of started me off. But, as I got older and my kids were in grade school, I knew that I had to further my passion in skincare. Now you can get into something and this, it's like, I don't know if I'm going to be good, but I'm going to give it all I got.
Yep.
And I knew doing my school and coming out, listen, one thing I pride myself in is I work on all skin types, and not everybody can do that. Especially with Black skin, Asian skin, and Latino skin. So I pride myself with working on all skin types. And I just think that that's talent, right? Like when you're good at something, to me, you should always feel like you're the best at it.
Yes. You know what? That's a great stopping point. We're going to take a quick break. And we come back, we're going to dive deeper into that passion. How did you learn how to actually work on all skin types and why people should actually trust you? Because Angel, you're that girl.
Thank you.
Yes, my pleasure. Hey, taking a quick break. This is the Jaime Dee Show live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
I'm Nathan Atkins, and I know the Drip Bar LV is the place to be for natural health and wellness. We offer wellness-boosting IV vitamin therapies designed to enhance your immune system, promote healthy aging, increase your energy levels, and improve athletic performance and recovery. Book your session today by visiting our website at thedripbar.com. That's thedripbar.com, or give us a call at 702-846-0851. That number again is 702-846-0851. Mention you're a listener of the Jaime Dee Show and receive 15% off.
Welcome to Las Vegas. Welcome to Australia's thunderstruck down under. The world's number one girls' night out back and forth every night. It's Scarborough Tennessee. And what happens in Vegas happens at Thunder.
Dust off your platform shoes and polyester leisure suits, as it's time to hit the dance floor at the Australian Bee Gees Show. Paying tribute to one of the most beloved bands of our time. You'll enjoy all the hits like Staying Alive, Shy Talk, How Deep Is Your Love, and many others.
Banachek, the greatest mentalist alive. He's the #1 mind-reading act in the world. Joe Rogan calls Banachek the best I've ever seen. Banachek's Mind Games Live, taking mind reading to new heights at the Strat Hotel, Casino, and Skypod, Las Vegas.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST, and live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at the Jaime Dee Show. That's TheJaimeDeeshow. For those who are tuned in right now on the YouTube, I see we have more people tuning in to be having the actual chat. If you'd like to actually chat with us, make sure to sign in using your Gmail account. I do acknowledge comments. If you guys have any questions for me or questions for Angel Martinez, I will acknowledge them. I will ask them. So make sure to participate. This is a real live interactive morning radio show. So come in. Now, before we get back to this amazing interview we're having with Angel Martinez, I wanted to let you guys know I will be at Nursey Cosmetics and Aesthetics Wellness Spa this Friday doing my show live from their business. Yes, Shy Smith, who is the owner of Nursey Cosmetics and Aesthetics Wellness Spa, 8360 West Sahara Avenue, Suite 220. Again, that's 8360 West Sahara Avenue, Suite 220. Will be hosting me, the Jaime Dee Show, live from her business from 10 until 11 a.m. PST this Friday. Now, hear me out when I say this. If you go into Nursey Cosmetics and Aesthetics Wellness Spa and let them know the Jaime Dee Show sent you, I'm throwing in a free facial. You heard me right. I'm throwing in a free facial if you go to Nursey Cosmetics and Aesthetics Wellness Spa here in Las Vegas, Nevada, 8360 West Sahara Avenue, Suite 220. As well, don't forget about the Drip Bar Las Vegas, 4579 West Flamingo Road. Again, the Drip Bar Las Vegas, 4579 West Flamingo Road, located literally a block and a half away from the Palms Casino. Go to the Drip Bar Las Vegas. Let them know the Jaime Dee Show sent you and receive 1 free IV vitamin therapy drip and the first month of your membership paid for, courtesy of me, Jaime Dee. Now, I do want to recommend this one real quick because I went this past weekend, and you all know it is cold and flu season. The Flu Fighter has vitamin C, magnesium, and zinc. The description says nothing crushes a flu or a cold better than a strong immune system. This drip gives your body the fluids, vitamins, and minerals that your immune system needs to fight illness. And make sure to get your Tri-Immune shot. That is a great alternative to the flu shot, and it's only $20 per shot. Go to the Drip Bar Las Vegas and take control of your health, because health is wealth. All right, y'all, it's so hard to control my excitement for this amazing guest. Let me go ahead and give y'all another good introduction, because Angel Martinez, if you don't know, now you know. Established and nationally, actually, pause, take a step back. That's a lie. I don't know who told me that. I don't know who lied on Angel like that. She is established and internationally recognized. Okay, let's put some respect on Angel's name. Internationally recognized as a skincare expert, a podcast host, and entrepreneur. So let's bring back Angel Martinez. Woo!
I want you as my ringtone when I wake up in the morning now. Like, I'm gonna clip that so I wake up and just feel so amazing and powerful.
Because you are amazing and powerful. I'm all about giving back to those who deserve it. Yes. Angel, let's get back into this, because you've been in the industry for over 17 years. You said you got your start because you were just that curious child who was at the dermatologist's office looking at all the different things behind the scenes. And you were like, I want to do this one day for myself. So take us through that journey. What was the first thing you did that was like, okay, cool, I can actually do this? Did you go to school? Did you just like actually work on your friends? Like, talk us through that.
So typically with aesthetics, it's like a 6-month program, but I wanted to do extensive training. So I did my associate's degree here in Denver, Colorado. And then I Googled the best, because I wasn't from here. I'm actually born and raised in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Oh,
and
wow.
And so when I moved out here, I was like, I Googled the best med spa and I said, I'm going to work there. And I remember going, she said, we're not hiring. And I didn't care. I said, I will work for you for free for the next few months. So I just wanted to learn as much as I could. And I remember I got a call a few weeks later and she said, well, if you said you're going to work for free, you can work here for 8 weeks, but we have no room for you. Long story short, she ended up hiring me. I worked.
Yes.
It's funny when you put your mind to something, you're like, I want that. I'm going to be determined. And, at the time I was the only Latina woman in the vicinity doing skincare. So people wouldn't remember my name. They would say, can I see the short little Latina girl? And, I didn't give a shit, because I was like, you know what? I'm going to do the best skincare that I can possibly do. And then under the doctor I was working for, she had me train under a doctor in Chicago to do black skin. And I felt like, even though Denver's not as diverse, I wanted to be able to work on all skin types, because when you're in schooling for skincare, they're like, oh, you can't touch black skin. You can't even touch Indian skin because risk of burning, risk of, hyperpigmentation. So I was like, oh, no. So I made sure I was trained properly. And then I ended up working for another doctor 2 weeks later. 2 weeks before Christmas, he let me go. And I was raising my kids on my own. I'm like, what am I going to do? I've been doing this for so long. And then that was the birth of Angel Aesthetics. And I just was like in this little tiny bathroom, like closet. And I started my skincare by myself. I had about maybe $800 to my name. And I just hustled. I used my social media platform to grow my business. And I knew I was great at it. So I think I'm always grateful for my smaller beginnings. I know I'm not where you're always looking for the next step, but I feel like when I look back and see how far God has brought me, I'm so amazed, because honestly, sometimes you're like, how the hell did I make it through that?
Listen, hello? You better preach.
Yeah. So I just know that, when God calls you to do something and doors open, you got to walk through that door. And I just felt like, for me, because I grew up in church, I always wanted to be like a pastor's wife or a missionary's wife. God forbid I would have been kicked out of the church already. But I really felt like this was my calling to help create change in people's skin, and then the confidence that they get after leaving this office, it blesses me more than it blesses them.
That's outstanding. Let me go ahead and ring that bell for you, Angel. I'm so happy for you and proud of you. And actually, I want to take a step back and say this because this is so beautiful. Gabrielle Martinez says, "So beautiful. I love you, Mom." Aww.
Oh, my
That is so sweet.
daughter will tune in, and and she's in college in Grand Junction.
Really?
So yeah.
Oh, well, shout out to you in college. I'm hoping for you. I'm sending great energy your way, and I'm praying that you get everything you need out of your college experience. Because, child, I got my master's, and tell y'all that was enough for me. That was enough for me. Now, let's get into this because you did say that you got educated, you got your associates, and then you trained under actual doctors. Now that you have your own aesthetics business, did you have to go through certifications? Like, how did you certify yourself?
Yes. So in this industry, you can't just do whatever. You have to make sure you're laser trained, chemical peel trained, all the training. I made sure I did that early on. And in fact, because I've been in aesthetics so long, I am licensed in New York City, Los Angeles, and also Tennessee. Because I've done some pop-up shops. Angel Aesthetics has gone to Nashville and to New York City, and I've done a couple because I have a good following in the East Coast.
Period.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, with your following, you did say that your TikToks have gone viral, and you've had people come. You said from Europe, correct?
Yes. So I have a funny story about that. Sorry to interrupt because TikTok is powerful.
It is.
Oh my gosh. So in 2020, I remember listening to Gary Vee. I love Gary Vee. He's crazy and I'm crazy, so I just connect with him. And I remember him saying, just get on TikTok. And at that time, it was a bunch of 12-year-olds dancing, right?
Right.
And I'm like, this is crazy, but I'm going to do it. My second post is now at 30 million views because I got on TikTok early on and everyone was dancing. I think it just added a different dynamic. But because of that post, I mean, over 200,000 followers now on TikTok. But I had someone fly in from Egypt because she was in Dubai. And the esthetician in Dubai follows my TikTok, and she flew out to do the Mile High Makeover.
Wow. Let's get into that. The Mile High Makeover, patent pending. Y'all better not try to steal my good friend's stuff.
They do already. They do already.
Listen, you can always be complicated, but it can never actually be the original, okay? Never be the original. Let's talk about it. What is the Mile High Makeover?
So Mile High Makeover is a combination treatment that I do to help sun damage and even melasma. And, the analogy I use is you have a toolbox, you have all these tools, but if you don't know how to use them, right? So I have all these tools, I know how to work on skin. If I said, this works on this works on this, I'm going to combine this treatment and create my own treatment. And so I'm big in my office doing combination treatments. I also have the after sex glow that is trademarked. And, the after sex glow is obviously not as dramatic with the before and afters, but again, it's a combination treatment that is used to create change within 7 days.
Wow.
So they walk in and then come back 7 days later, and typically it's like about 10 years of sun damage removed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, okay. So you made a comment about like Black skin, Latin skin, Asian skin, and all that. How can you tell which specific demographic has sun damage?
Well, I mean, typically it's Caucasian women, a Fitzpatrick scale that we use that helps us determine, from 1 to 6, 1 being redhead, blue-eyed, 6 being dark skin, dark hair. And I use that scale to see, typically it's 1 to 3 that has sun damage. Now, it's not to say that Black doesn't have sun damage, because a lot of Black people, men, and even Hispanics get the dark patches, right? That they think maybe is sun damage, but it's caused from acne or other things. So I think with just knowing skin, knowing, how, more Caucasian people get sunburn, right? Where Black people don't typically get sunburn, and sun damage is caused by the sun.
Makes sense. Now with that, Can you dive a little bit deeper into combination treatments? Like, give us an example of what would be considered a combination treatment.
So, for example, the after sex glow, I use a laser that's like a laser facial. It gives you that good glow. And I actually came up with the name because being single, I was like, I've been single for a while, but I was like, let's give him that like dewy pink cheeks, flushed look.
Mhm.
And so I use a dermaplane, which removes all the fuzzies. I use a light peel, and then I use a laser, and we do it all in the same hour.
Oh,
And there's
wow.
no downtime. And again, it's using your tools of like, if this works on this works on that. Okay. And then I remember the first time I did a Mile High Makeover, I'll never forget it. I have her picture in my phone, and I was like, oh shit, that worked.
Yes, you've been amazed yourself.
I'm like, oh, okay, let's call it something.
You legit surprised yourself. Now, I want to talk about this because you said this earlier about how you'll post your legs and you'll post your body and you'll post your face on social media, and you may get some negative comments behind that. But let's make this very clear. You have to be a model for your own product.
Yeah.
No one wants somebody who's a barber and has nappy hair. No one wants somebody who's in aesthetics and has horrible skin. You have to be able to show that your product works.
Yeah.
This is definitely one of those things where you can get high off of your supply. Because it's positive. It's positive. Now, I want you to talk to people about that because you are a pillar in the beauty industry, and people look towards you and for you for help and for treatment. What do you have to say for those who are afraid to live as openly as you do on social media?
I just did a podcast on this not too long ago, but I really feel that you have to stop comparing yourself to other people, right?
Mhm.
And I think for me, I always use my platform to connect with people because when they come in here, they have to trust me. So when they come in, they already feel like they trust me because not only have I been open about my divorce, I've been open about me being a single mom, and I don't have to, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But I always felt like I'm going to be as real, especially the people that have followed me with the journey of like when I was broke, when my electricity
Right.
was off. Like, yes, I'm here now, but a lot of people remember me back then. And it's because I've been open and honest and I've been myself. And yes, I've gotten hate. And yes, I get DMs or they want to comment and say unfollow, right? Like if I'm
So
going to,
stupid.
like I'm
Just
going to
unfollow
cry.
me.
I'm like, I don't care.
Right. Just unfollow me.
Period. Like I don't give a shit.
Right.
But I think as a business owner, you get thicker skin and you learn how to surround yourself with people who actually inspire you, love you, are your cheerleaders. And then when you hear that negative, I'm not gonna lie, at times it gets to you, right? You're like, oh,
Yeah.
that hurt a little bit. And
Yeah.
then recently, actually, on Saturday, one of the girls was like, oh, I heard that you have to be ghetto to work at Angel Aesthetics.
What?
So listen, part of me was like, oh, okay.
You like,
And
oh, girl.
part of me it hit me, but the fact that I don't even know this woman and she's
Mhm.
talking about me, you can keep talking. You can keep talking because you don't pay my bills. You don't
Period.
keep lights on, and
Period.
I have to keep tunnel vision. And when you have tunnel vision, you stop looking at like, oh, I shouldn't post that because what if I get, this or that. Listen,
Mhm.
like you said, when you post it, there's times you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have. But I've
Right.
had more people and more moms say, like, thank you for being real. Thank you for being honest. And when they're in the treatment room, they feel like they know me because I'm not two different people on social media. What you see on my Instagram is what you see when we close that door.
Let me go ahead and ring that bell because one thing that I love to hear is people sticking up for themselves. That confidence is beautiful, Angel. And the biggest thing that I always tell people is that representation matters. You never know how the different intersectionalities you have can help other people. For example, you're not just an Hispanic woman. You're not just a woman. You're not just a mom. You're all of these things put together. And when you're living in your truth in those different spaces, you're impacting people in all those different spaces. And that's beautiful. Keep it up. Now, you were talking about how you did a podcast. Now, you have a podcast called It Hurts to Be Pretty. Let's talk about that. How did you come up with that concept?
So I have a sign. It's in my on the other side here where people sit in the waiting room, and it says it hurts to be pretty. And I think because with my life, I've been through a lot of pain. And even though going through a lot of pain and hardships, I had to show up and be the best version of myself for my clients that day, for my kids that day. And it hurt. It hurt. The journey hurts. But it also is true for skincare. So, like when you want a chemical peel, that shit hurts. If you want a mic needle, that's going to hurt. So, I think I just use that because we don't talk just about skincare. We talk about a range of things with life and everything else. So I came up with It Hurts to Be Pretty, and I love it. It was catchy. And honestly, I was dragging my feet to start a podcast because I'm like, who's going to want to listen to me talk all day? Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
But the amount of love and support we've gotten in the last year and a half that we've had it, it's been awesome.
That's beautiful. With your podcast, what's the brand? Like, for example, I'm entertainment, pop culture, social issues, and more. What's your brand specifically?
Skincare and life, stories, comebacks, all that stuff. So yeah, and we're on Spotify and Apple.
That's awesome. Give us an example of some of the topics you talk about. I know you said skincare, but like kind of go through with me real quick. Do you come on and say like, hey, these are the new things that are happening in the industry, or like this is some things that the patients deal with? Walk us through that.
I try to stay away from like cliche stuff like, oh, you need, because I don't need to sell products. I want to be able to help someone who can't afford, to come in here. Well, what can they do? So like even this morning we did morning routine and we talked about, my co-host who's like 25 or so, and I'm, double her age. So it's like we sit here and we talk about like our morning routine, that sort of thing. A couple weeks ago, we had dating on the show. We had 2 guys on, and we just talked about, dating and heartbreaks and sex and all that sort of thing. So it kind of varies. And then with skincare, I'll do like, what not to do in fall, those kind of things, common mistakes women make or men make, stuff like that.
That's fun. It's like a fun, fresh, and flirty type of podcast. I love that. I'm definitely going to tune in and support you, Angel. Now, let's get into Single Mom Strong Foundation. What is that and what's its purpose?
So Single Mom Strong, I started it even when I was in my little tiny closet. I started small because I felt like I always had to help someone, even though I was still struggling myself. And our very first one, it was like 15, 20 women. And I keep it small for that very reason. So I handpick about 20 women that are working mothers who are raising their kids on their own, no financial help. And I will take them down to a restaurant here in Cherry Creek. I will spoil them. I give them gifts. I will give them money for Christmas. It's usually around Christmas or Mother's Day. And it fills my heart, honestly. So I love it. I do it every year, sometimes twice a year. And it's just a part of my heart. It'll be a part of my heart until my last breath.
Oh, that's so awesome. What I tell y'all? She is out here impacting her community. You're such a blessing to people, Angel.
Thank you.
That's why your name is Angel. Your name is literally Angel. Like you're literally an angel. That's awesome. That's beautiful. Now, Angel, we got to have you back on for a part 2 because you got so much to talk about. And it's so fun to have you on my live morning radio show. Before we let you go, I have one final question. And I want you to really get into this. Talk to the people out there who say skincare isn't for men.
Ooh. Okay, this is a good one because when I first started, I was doing a lot of the athletes here in Denver who are Bronco players and a lot of men. It was looked at as a woman's thing. You do facials and that's for girls, or you wear sunscreen, that's for girls. But like I tell all my clients, it's skin. It's skin. You have skin. It doesn't always have to be a girly thing, right? So for when men come in, they get the Botox or they get their facial. Like who doesn't want their pores clean? So what happens with men is that they will be too embarrassed or too shy to come in, and they wait. A decade later, they're like, what about these bags underneath my eye right there? Or what about the sunspot? And they think I can do a facial to turn it around in one spot, and that's not how it happens. So what I tell men is like, I know back in the day, it was like looked at as a girly thing, but it is your skin. If you eat healthy, if you work out, if you love your appearance and you care about looking healthy, not just feeling healthy, then I tell them book a consult, or a Botox. A lot of men need Botox, hydrofacial, stuff like that. But I think it's not as, we have a lot of men clients. So I think it's kind of going away now with social media. My one post that did go viral on TikTok, he was a man, and he's a Latino man who came in and got the Mile High Makeover, and his wife brought him in. And a lot of times you need your girlfriend, your wife, your sister, your friend to be like, your skin is looking ugly,
Right.
and you need some help.
Yes. So y'all heard it right here. Men, go get your facials, get a skincare routine, reach out to an esthetician near you. And if you're in Denver, Colorado, go to Angel Aesthetics. Angel Aesthetics, guys. You're so amazing, Angel Martinez. It was an absolute pleasure to have you on my live morning radio show. For those who are tuning in, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and support the kid. Hey, Angel, I know you said you've been through a lot, but you are going through even more greater things. I'm rooting for you. I'm praying for you. You got this. Before we let you go, let everyone know how they can follow you.
Angel Aesthetics Denver. On TikTok, it's Miss Angel Renee. Or you can go to my website, skincarebyangel.com.
Yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Have a good rest of your day, okay?
Mwah. Have a good one.
My friend. Yes, everybody, this was the Jaime Dee Show live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST. I'll be back tomorrow. If you want to promote your business, your product, or your services, hit us up at info@jaimedee.com. I love y'all. Bye. What's up, everybody? You were just tuned into the Jaime